Hey Pisces! So happy that I can actually do your readings for you this next 2 weeks, I guess. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cosmic Elite Tarot, which is me, obviously. But this is my first time doing this. I've just set up my channel and I was a practicing slash student tarot reader and have been for about 2 years now. Don't know why I'm telling you all this, I just feel like I can. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I can get somewhere with this. So if the reading does resonate with you, then please do click subscribe. I will be doing updates for all of the horoscopes, all of the signs, for the whole of the month every 2 weeks. So if you'd like to check out your rising sign and your moon sign, then that would be great. Sorry, I just had a card fall down. But apart from that, without further ado, I will do your reading. So this is a tarot reading for Pisces from the beginning of July to the 15th of July 2017. Let's see what you guys have been up to, how you were feeling. Waiting for them to. Okay, it's about now. Okay. Okie dokie. So first what we've got is the Judgment card. The Judgment card always relates to where you've got to a point where it's kind of now or never. It always comes up when you're expecting either to be judged or you've been waiting up to this kind of moment, and just like Judgment Day, have you been good, have you been bad, and will you get away with your actions, or have you done enough? It's that kind of feeling of, have I done enough, I guess. But sorry, cards are really interesting at the moment. Probably been one of the most complicated ones I've done actually this month. But what's crossing that is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords always relates to where you've had to physically kind of take yourself on a little mini journey on your own, whether that be actually at home and just kind of cleansing yourself of kind of social media, cleansing yourself of a lot of social situations for a little while, just taking proper time out to think about what is going on in your head. And you're doing this because you want to make sure that you're making the right decision. So in relation to the Judgment card, what I could be saying is there's only so much more that you can do, because you've taken your time out, or you've taken your time to thinking, and now is the time where the decisions can be made, and the decisions may not necessarily be ready-made for you, but basic karma, basic things that you have done up until leading to this point will help you the most. So whether this is where you've got that really kind of important meeting coming up and you want to know, will my idea fall through, will I get that raise, will I get this, so you're you're in that kind of situation where there's not much you can do now. It's pretty much a kind of sit and wait, and you will find out. So the communications will be running big time at this moment, at the beginning of the month. So it could be you're hearing from somebody that you care about, for example. Just completely zoned out, sorry. Or it could be actually looking on it that you're taking the decision that you need to take time out now. This is the time where you need to focus on yourself. Maybe you've been too giving to other people and haven't really been putting yourself first. And you're really thinking and really considering, you know what, how much time have I got to do this? So you should be focusing on your own kind of growth as a person. You could be looking back on past mistakes right now and thinking, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Is there a chance I can make things up with people? But the only way for you to realistically do this is to take that time out. If you feel really kind of stressed that you can't really think, in our busy lifestyle, best thing to do, go into that bath, put on the candles, give yourself 15 minutes. 15 minutes may sound like a lot to others. Some may think, I want to be in the bath for 45 minutes. But do give yourself the time to probably think about this, because it could be a really big decision about to come up, or you are about to take a decision where you are looking for that change in your life, where you could be, the job that you're doing is not what you want, or that. So it's really kind of interesting to look at the Judgment card and the Four of Swords on top of each other. And I do see two people in this way, because I've got both the Princess of Wands and the Prince of Wands, and they're both crossing over each other. So the decision that you make, or the kind of Judgment card here, could be based on the fact of the Prince of Wands and the Princess of Wands. So this may sound like complete bonkers to you. The Page and the Knight of Wands are both characters who are very fiery, very passionate, very driven. They know what they want, they know what they like, they know what they dislike. So they relate to Aries, Sagittarius, and they also relate to Leo. And this is the time for Leo, so it could quite literally mean that things are heating up. In a sense, but then looking at the fact that the Prince of Wands was crossed by the Princess of Wands could say to me that, is that right? Yeah. Could say to me that the decision that you relate to, and the decision that can be made, can be due to individuals in your life which may necessarily be a little bit younger than you, or of a similar age, but they do have some kind of meaning and of worth of you, and they really do influence this decision for you to take the time out to properly think. It could be your children, it could be your brothers and sisters. You could be quite easily influenced by them at this time. Maybe you're looking at them thinking how well they're doing, how much more am I doing enough for them, could be the question here. Or it could be that previously what's happened is you have clashed with somebody who is fiery as well, and it kind of blew up. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's two people in this, so it could be there's two people who you've really fallen out with, or they've fallen out with each other, or you really have clashed with them. really kind of hard to read these cards at the moment. In fact, I'm going to add a couple more to kind of help me out with this situation. Okay, so communication and feeling grounded. Because I just drew out the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So what it's saying to me is, if it was a clash between two people, the biggest issue was communication, and it's quite common actually for there to be an issue with communication. It might have to do with hearing things. A mother or an elderly or an older person who was quite grounded, falling out of that grounding, falling out of their old kind of ways, and who are really struggling. So it could be a fight over the fact that they don't think that enough is being done to stop this from happening, or the reason why I'm saying older character is because we've got the Queen of Pentacles upside down, and the Queen of Pentacles is someone who knows her place, she knows where she wants to be. So maybe you don't know where you want to be now. Maybe you was aware that things weren't perfect, but you kind of just got along with it because it was strong, it was stable. Sorry to sound like she was amazing. It seemed strong and it was working, but now it's not for some reason. And it could be the fact that you are looking at a little bit too much, overthinking, am I doing enough about my kid, for my kids, am I doing enough for those around me? Or did I really muck it up this time? Did I say the wrong thing? Which just caused the communication with the Eight of Wands. So I never usually bring out extra cards to kind of help me, but because I was like, this is really difficult. Never really had this issue before, so stuff happens. So in the future, in the next 2 weeks, well, by the end of the 2 weeks, you're going to be looking at ways to control your life in a more positive way, and maybe actually let go of the reins a little bit more. You want to be able to control certain things, such as your job, such as money's ins, comings and goings. But with the Chariot coming here, it's always there's two, and I was sorry, mind blown. Who's going to help you gain back control of your life, I guess? Who's going to help you get back in control of that mindset of, yeah, I'm fine, I know this, I've got this? Because you miss that, you miss being able to just kind of effortlessly do things. And you don't want to feel embarrassed about the situation, because that's not your kind of type, that's not your character. People are used to coming to you for motherly, nurturing advice, so it's not really in your kind of character to basically ask for help. So yeah, I really hope that reading helped you. I'm going to try and do a little bit of a write-up in the description to kind of properly look at the cards and think of an actual thing to take away. But thank you so much for listening. I'm sorry if I waffled on a little bit. If you give me a comment, that would be amazing. If you could subscribe, that would be awesome too. But I will be updating this reading in 2 weeks' time, so on the 15th and the 16th. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and many blessings.